Harbaugh now heads to the Los Angeles Chargers.
He wins everywhere. He wins, period.
Justin Herbert, he's a crown jewel.
Well, you guys better enjoy this.
Quick snap, Herbert to throw. Has a man, touchdown!
The fans loved it.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin.
Herbert on the move and throws and touchdown.
I was just trying to show off.
We're going to be known as world champions. And we're going to do it or die trying. Don't let the powder blues fool you.
Who's got it better than that?
Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Will Doug, sitting with my buddy, Kev Huggin Duggan.
Hey, guys.
Well, hey, guys. Let's not forget Kyle, the coach Duggan.
Hello. I took a peek at the Ask Boltfams, and I think I got some more shots being fired. I don't know. There's a coup.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know whose Cheerios you pissed in, but it is...
I have an idea.
A problem. Oh, do you now?
Yeah, I think we all know whose Cheerios I pissed in. We'll get there.
We will get there, folks. We've got a few things to talk about. There's been a few blips that have popped up on the Chargers, some unexpected ones. And we, as mentioned, have an Ask Bolt fam lined up for you. So let's waste no time. Start at the top. This was the biggest blip and borderline the most confusing blip that came in this last week. The signing of QB number 3, Trey Lance, former 2021 third overall pick, is now backing up the Chargers with Justin and Heineke. What?
So Easton Stick is definitely gone.
Oh, yeah, he's not coming back.
Lights out on Easton.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was shocked by this because it's another $6 million contract. Like, this isn't like a cheap little thing.
This isn't vet minimum.
This is like,
no.
I don't think this counts against the comp pick formula either.
Well, the only way it would is if he signed somewhere else for a big deal. That's how they judge your comp picks, I believe, is that they leave your team and they go get paid somewhere else. So then they're like, oh, yeah, that was a good player you lost, so here's a comp pick.
So Trey Lance is going to get all the snaps in the preseason. That's what you're saying.
Well, what I think is that he will get a lot because they're going to try to trade him. You know, it's like what we did for Heineke at the end of preseason. We went and traded for a quarterback because we're like, yep, Easton's not the guy. We need to go find someone. We're hoping that another team does the same thing, and we have a former number 3 overall pick that we could get a couple picks back for. You don't end up having him to pay the money. I mean, I'm sure the signing bonus was minimal because it's this backup job. So that's the only thing I've been thinking about it all week. Like, how does this make sense? The only thing I can say to make it make any sense is that he's going to get a lot of playing time in preseason, and we just got to hope he plays really well. We can trade him for a 6th, maybe a 5th round pick, and that's how you get your quote unquote comp pick.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you've got Heineke there already. So, I mean, at the very least, it's going to make preseason pretty interesting to see Heineke and Trey Lance, 2 very competent quarterbacks. Not like we're not pulling people up from the UFL or anything like that to try to compete for a quarterback position. This is like, all right, 2 competent quarterbacks. Let's see what kind of preseason games we can have here. And yeah, whatever ends up happening with Trey Lance, only time will tell.
Hey, he's a first round quarterback. Like
third overall.
He's got talent, and no one has ever said he doesn't have talent. In San Francisco, he never had an opportunity. He never got to play.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of reps, and I don't know. Like, obviously we have our quarterback of the future. So any quarterback signing is just like it's a depth guy that if he needs a spot for a week here and there, was what you hope.
But I did find something interesting. Adam, hit it. It's the next thing on the outline.
Oh, yes. Well, Chad Forbes says next up for the Chargers after signing Trey Lance to a quote unquote courtesy deal. Extending Rashawn Slater. Yes, please. Agents for Trey Lance, Tom Condon, Jimmy Sexton, and Patrick Collins. Agents for Rashawn Slater, Tom Condon, Jimmy Sexton, and Patrick Collins. Business move by the Chargers, ...
Interesting. They go, hey, you want Rashawn back on a good deal, you better sign Trey.
Help our boy.
Yeah.
Throw him a freaking bone here.
Yeah.
It's like you guys have seen Good Will Hunting. It's when he sends his friend in to go make the deal, and he's like, I need a retainer. That's what this is. He's just like, we're just greasing the wheels of these agents to be like, just get this done right now. We'll sign your other boy. It'll be fine. We'll put him on the roster. We'll call it a day.
Interesting. Interesting. Hey, if the news for Rashawn Slater comes out, then I think he connected the dots pretty well there, Mr. Forbes. But we will have to wait and see if that ends up being the case. That would be wild if that is the case, to be like, give our guy a job. Just, put him in shipping or something. I don't know. He doesn't really have to do much. Some other news from Justin Herbert, no less. Apparently he's got a ranch. Apparently he's got animals on that ranch. And that includes his new baby chicks. Welcome to the crew. He posted on his Instagram. Absolutely adorable little baby chicks. And
Harbaugh's had some rubbing off on Justin Herbert. With
that's
the
true. Yes.
So.
Yeah. He's like, do you have any chickens? And Justin Herbert's probably like, no. He's like, well, what are you doing? You got to get some chicks here, buddy. We got to fix that.
Yeah.
And
we have 5 chickens, and it's fun. It's like that daily go out to get your eggs, get you going in the morning.
That's what I'm saying.
More protein for Justin.
There you go.
This is a write-off. He's getting his eggs fresh every morning.
Yeah.
This is absolutely a write-off.
It's just a financial decision. He can't afford eggs with the prices going up.
No. Buy the chickens, have your breakfast.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then if that wasn't enough, there's also 3 little piglets that have joined the crew as well. Randy, Creeeg, and Smudge.
So I really am confident that if Justin and I hung out, we would become best friends, because his humor and what he posts is pretty on par with his name's Creeeg, Smudge, and Randy. That's genius.
Yeah,
well
absolutely.
Give him
adorable as well.
Give him goofy names so that way when you butcher them, you don't miss him as much.
Yeah, hey, where's Creeeg?
Where's Creeeg?
We had to.
Maybe these aren't
Creeeg go.
Pigs to kill. Maybe they're like just
all
buddies
pigs are pigs to kill. No,
they're milking pigs.
No, that's not a thing. Because
these pigs have super eggs.
No, we looked into getting a pig, and my buddy has a bunch of them, and he goes, if you're going to get a pig, you have to slaughter it by like 8 months to a year, or else the meat goes bad. And if you don't, they can get up to thousands of pounds, and they're just uncontrollable. They'll run down fences and get out, and can't get them back. So Randy, Creeeg, and Smudge, maybe Thanksgiving
like
ham.
bacon and pork chops.
So we might see a new crew this time next season.
Yeah, I think that Traeger is going to get some use this offseason.
It's so dark.
Well, enjoy them while you can,
Yeah.
folks, and we'll see what ends up happening to the Herbert farm crew. But some other interesting news. Daniel Popper tweeting out that Jim Harbaugh had this to say on bringing back Keenan Allen. Said anything's possible. That would be cool.
It is. It would be.
It would be
a lot cooler if you did.
Yeah.
A lot cooler if you did.
It'd be so sick. Please.
I think the longer it goes without anyone signing him, the more likely it might happen.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. I truly don't know if this will make sense. Like how much he's going to want.
That's what it all depends on. If he's willing to take a team-friendly deal, they'll bring him back, I think. If he's still wanting to get that giant payday, then I think there's no way that it wouldn't make sense for us to bring him back, because you have Ladd playing pretty much the same position on a cheap rookie deal. It doesn't add up. But if he's willing to take a home team discount, then I think it definitely makes sense.
Do you think the signing of Trey Lance makes that possibility any less?
No, I don't think
we're spending $6 million on a
either
QB3.
Trey Lance or Tyler Heineke are going to get traded. I don't think they'll both. One of them has to sit out every single game, and you're paying them $6 million. That doesn't make any sense. So I don't think all 3 of those guys will be on the roster.
Well, we will find out if anything happens with Keenan, but we did happen to sign another player. This was also not something that anybody saw coming. This is, and I don't know, I haven't heard how to pronounce his last name, so I apologize if I butcher it. Jordan, I got that part down. Paya?
That would be Paya maybe.
Paya. He's an Australian, mate. That has come through the player pathway. Yeah, crikey.
He's a rugby player.
He's a rugby player. The Los Angeles Chargers signed tight end Jordan Paya. He joins the Bolts as part of the NFL's International Player Pathway Training Program. A native to Melbourne, Australia, he has appeared in a pair of Rugby World Cups, 2019 and 2023. for the Wallabies. Oh, the Wallabies.
Cute
welcoming the youngest Australian to play at a World Cup in 2019 at 18 years old. He played his club rugby for the Queensland Reds, making his debut in 2018 at the club's youngest player ever and playing in a total of 58 tests.
Tests it's way cooler than games. Tests sounds cooler.
Yeah.
It's like, let's see what we got in this test.
It's a way to kind of cover it up if you're like, oh, I got to go take a test. Yeah. Are you in school? Because he's 18. He's like, oh, I got to go take a test. He's like, really? I'm just going to play a game, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to go punch people in the face. And
that's not a test. That's a test.
And he's Samoan. So we got the
Kevin's been asking for of both worlds.
Yeah.
Hey, and I like rugby players. We had a really good one, a punter, but Mr. Bennett. Back in the day, we had an Australian. I think he was Australian rules.
That'd be sick if he punted for us.
Maybe he's
just
a
punter,
and then he makes the tackle. That's the rugby way.
Oh, come on,
sick.
So it'll be interesting. I mean, that's another tight end that we have added to the room. We know that tight end is a focus for at least us here at the podcast for drafting. So we'll see if that changes things when the draft comes around, but only time will tell. And lastly, the bit of news came out of all of the numbers for all of our newest additions. St. Just getting 24. Dante Jackson getting 26. Bye-bye, Sant. Mekhi Becton getting 73. Yeah. Bye-bye. And Mike Williams, hey, Disley doing him a solid, giving him the 81. Yeah. Thanks, Will.
That's awesome.
From Will to Will. Wait a minute.
It makes sense. He was 81 for the Chargers for so long. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Deshaun Hand getting 91 and Naquan Jones getting 96. So there you go for all of you that are looking to get jerseys. No single digits yet.
Pretty boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what'll be interesting now is to see what Disley gets, since Disley gave Mike Will 81. What's Disley going to rock? Is he going to rock 7 in honor of Mike Williams? Only time will tell. But what you folks can rock right now is our sponsor this week, Underdog Fantasy. Do you ever watch sports and just find yourself wishing there was a way to get into the game? Hey, let's go with Underdog. There's finally a way to make picks on sports without leaving the house. The game is in your hands. Hey, that's perfect for me, a sedentary cat like myself. I'm not leaving the house to play some sports. I'll tell you right now. To play, choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats like touchdowns, strikeouts, points scored, and more. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Their app has over 100,000 five-star reviews and millions of players. We can attest to it, folks. We've done it here before. We've made our picks before. They don't always go our way, but hey, when they do, it's a lot. I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm a part of it.
I'm in that bridge gap season where I'm like, all right, baseball. How do I use Underdog for baseball? And it's actually pretty fun. So it's a year-round thing where I am constantly paying way too much attention to my phone, but it's very, very fun.
Keeps you in the game. Keeps you abreast of everything going on.
Game.
That's right. So download the Underdog app and sign up now using the promo code CCHAT to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code CCHAT. Claim your special offer today. Get up to $1,000 in bonus credits instantly upon your first deposit. Must be 18 or over 19 in Alabama and Nebraska, over 19 in Colorado for some games, over 21 in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Void where prohibited. Terms apply. Concerned with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783. Or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. And after you're done getting in the game with Underdog Fantasy, you can go on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/ChargerChat. Check out all the fun, silly videos we got going on over there. Behind the scenes, laughs, hangouts. We got it all. Patreon.com/ChargerChat. And if you don't want to go over there, it's totally fine. Go on over to our regular website, ChargerChat.com. Check out all the cool stuff we got over there. T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. You can chat it up with other Charger Chat tiers in the member section and ask questions and Ask Boltfam. Go check out ChargerChat.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, baby. Just hit it, punch it, do it now. All right, folks, time to go on to the next segment. Ask Boltfam.
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hey, guys. Don't jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do. I wet myself in excitement.
Oh, so hungry.
Your thoughts are like totally appreciated. Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
That's right, folks. Time for Ask Boltfam, and we start at the top with Joker Hope,
Certified fresh.
who asks the question: how would you feel if we go someone nobody had at 22? 22? Chargers turn to pick, and they call it a name that nobody had on their board.
As long as it makes sense and it's not like a reach, but I don't feel like we're reaching. Like maybe there's a guy that we don't know about that's like, oh, well, I'm sure a lot of people like doing draft prep and listening to all these podcasts are like, I know exactly who it's going to be. If it's not that person, I don't think I'm going to make it through the night.
Yeah.
You know, that's not me. I'm down for whoever the hell they're going to pick.
Yeah. And we get to watch highlights of somebody we hadn't watched yet.
Good point. Glasses half full. I like your style.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't see that happening. I think we're going to go best available. You hope somebody falls. The only way I see us taking someone that no one has predicted is because somebody fell that we weren't expecting to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be the best. It was like, nobody saw Ashton Jeanty fall into 22. Holy shit. Like,
holy balls.
That would be the best thing. That would be the only way I could see us getting someone nobody had going to 22. So we'll find out pretty soon here. Joker Hope, thank you for asking the question, and thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Let's move on now to the K-Man, who asked the question. Crystal ball time. Who realistically do the Chargers select at number 22 in the draft? As Tony always closes, the Raiders, burn the kingdom, kick the donkeys, and suck my butt. Thanks for answering my question. I love y'all. Bye. So from someone nobody has going to 22 to strong prediction of who we're taking at 22. Looking at crystal ball. Who is it going to be?
Kevin seems to be thinking very hard.
He's deep.
First, dude.
Apparently, this is somebody that I apparently hate. But I'm putting my money on Colston Loveland. I'm putting my money on Colston Loveland. I think.
Do you think it's still going to be Colston after the tight end acquisitions?
I do.
Okay.
I still do. I think he's probably going to be the best available up there, and I think that's what we're going to pick.
Okay.
But I might change my mind next week. But right now, in this moment in time, feels like Colston.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the closer we get to this thing, the more names that keep popping up on our predicted draft. It's like now it's moving to some people are popping edge rusher on there. Quite a few people have Matthew Golden from Texas, which would be cool. He's a super fast guy. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just going to stick to my guns. I think it's going to be a tight end. I think it's going to be Colston Loveland too. I don't know why. It's just been so long since we've had a dominant tight end. We always get these 1-year filler guys. And I think that even like a quarterback, you're going to draft a rookie, you still bring in a 1-year vet to come and show him the ropes. I think that's what you did with the Conklin pickup. I don't think that's the long-term solution. He's only on a 1-year deal. Sure. So I still think draft capital, if Loveland's there, I think that's the pick.
Yeah, I want Loveland. I mean, I want Tyler Warren, but if I had to pick, I have a feeling it's going to be a trench guy. I think it'll either be somebody like Kenneth Grant or who's the lineman that I saw people say, was it Zeal? Zealy Neely?
Zabel?
Zealy Neely. That's a great
Zabel.
Zabel.
Yeah. Samsonite. I was way off. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lineman on one side or the other. And I think Kenneth Grant, if he's there, I think that would be the most sense because of a Michigan connection. But that's my crystal ball. And that's what it says there, K-Man. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Manuelito Petito, who asked the question. What up, party people? What do y'all think of the Geno extension? I chuckled as I thought of them being suckers, but then I'm seeing all these punk-ass Raider fans happy about it. If I was a punk like that, I would have been disappointed, but I guess as a Charger fan, I don't know what it's like having to rent a quarterback year after year. Thank God. Anyways, what do you guys think on drafting Khalil Mullings from the running back from Michigan in round 5 and Connor Colby, offensive guard from Iowa in the 6.1 round?
As far as the Geno thing, like they just like, if you're looking at this on paper, the best quarterback they've had in the last 20 years is Derek Carr.
Yeah.
So
I could see how they get excited about this.
I guess you could get pumped, but I don't think,
dude, if that's all
anything's
you've
gonna
had
come
for the
out of
last
this.
20 years is Derek Carr, I'd be pretty hyped about the idea of Geno Smith.
I think Derek Carr is better than Geno Smith, or at least he was when he played for the Raiders before they got rid of him. I truly
I don't
do.
know.
I think Derek Carr was better too, personally. But I mean, Geno Smith is on a comeback right now, so I guess that's what they're hanging their hat on. Is like,
but I think the Geno Smith thing was situational. I think he might have just gotten into the right system to do that because he was nothing. He was a backup to Phillip Rivers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're right. He followed him down there.
No,
but
if you're a Charger fan, you look at this and go, yeah, I don't know why they're excited. But if I put myself in the stinky, rotten shoes of a Raider fan, I totally understand why they're excited about it. Yeah. What they've had to deal with the last 2 years, yeah, they're excited about a guy that's going to be there for a couple of years that at least won't blow games, and he's familiar with the coaches. He's not like a dick off the field. Like, I get why they're excited.
Yeah,
I don't think it's founded, but I understand why they are.
Right. And then as far as the pick goes, Khalil Mullings, running back from Michigan. Hey, anybody from Michigan makes sense in any of these picks.
It'll be interesting to see those late rounds because that's where the Chargers made their money last year. You know what I mean? And if they don't pick one early on, I think there's going to be a lot of options later on. So he could be a good option, and I think there's going to be they're going to pick an offensive lineman somewhere in the late rounds as well. If they don't go early or mid, there's going to be at least two offensive linemen going off the board. Does for sure.
Yeah, and any Iowa lineman, give me them.
Yeah, corn-fed.
Give me all
linemen. Absolutely. They both make sense to us, Manuelito. Geno, not so much, but hey, let them have their ball.
Yeah,
they can have their fun. It's their off-season win. But thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Brandon, who asked the question. Now it was win or go home. The Chargers found themselves face-to-face with the heavyweights. The Chiefs were first, a team that had crushed them time and time again. But this time, the Chargers were ready. Herbert, cool as ever, led a methodical march down the field. The defense, relentless. A late DJ interception, a defensive stand that would be remembered for years. And suddenly, they were the ones celebrating. They had done it. They had beaten the Chiefs. But they weren't done yet. Oh man, do you feel that? This is exciting. Round 4 coming soon. Okay, off to the future to see what's next. Question, Kyle, what's your favorite dad joke? Kevin, what's your favorite dad pun? Adam, hit us up with a movie quote that you love to use besides Point Break. 401, bitches. Keep up the great work. FTR, FTB, FTC, boobies. K, love you. Bye.
No Point Break.
You can't limit us like that.
Yeah.
That's not.
We don't do parameters well.
That would be a waste of time.
I am an FBI. No,
I agent.
No, Kyle. Do you got a favorite dad joke? A go-to?
Yeah, right now, my go-to is when my kids are in a very whiny stage right now. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. They're both in the whiny stage. But Dad, I'm hungry. And my favorite is, nice to meet you, hungry. I'm Dad. That's my favorite one right now. That's just my go-to. Yeah,
that's a classic. What's their response? So okay, yeah, good.
Yeah, they hate it. They're like, oh my God, just give me food.
Dad, just
suffer through your jokes.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Feed me.
Feed me, bitch.
All right, Kevin, you got a favorite?
Make me a bicycle clown. That's what they want to say.
I'm in the same vein. It's the whining and the crying. The baby, the 3-year-old, just like
stupid babies
over everything.
These babies.
But he immediately drops it. Like he's just like didn't get it, and then he gets it, and he's like, oh yeah, whatever, we're cool. So it's like mine is. It's not really a pun. It's more like Kyle's like, you hear that? Is that the wambulance?
Wambulance.
Yeah. So I'll hit him up with a couple ambulance.
He's like, what's a
jokes.
ambulance, Papa?
Like,
Yeah.
ambulance.
Do they get scared?
It's coming
like,
for you,
where?
and it's going to
Where?
take you away to a special place where you can whine and cry to somebody else.
All right. And a favorite movie quote that I love to use besides Point Break.
Good luck.
The one that I use, and Kevin can attest to this, that I probably use on a regular basis, is Beauty from Strange Brew.
Beauty, eh?
Strange Brew.
Beauty, eh?
Beauty, eh?
Yeah.
Anytime I'm like checking in with him, especially in text form, it's like Beauty.
Beauty. Yeah.
Beauty, eh?
I can vouch.
Yeah. That's probably
Taking
my
you
biggest.
to the loony bin. I'm going to the brewery.
Pick up, Hosehead. Pick up, Hoser.
Get up, yo hoser.
Get up,
So,
Hoser.
that's probably my biggest go-to is Beauty as just as a response. That's why it gets used very often.
I've been kind of hitting up the Ace Ventura too, like Chicago. You know, yeah, like there's been a lot of like Ace Ventura 2 lately that just doesn't make the podcast. So I'm not fully comfortable with it being in my repertoire yet, but I'm working on it.
Shish kebab.
Where are we at?
Shawshank
Where are we at
Redemption.
with Price is Right?
$1, Bob.
Are you
we still
watching
on it?
Price is Right on the set?
No,
Is that
I
home?
can't. Well, if I could, if they could just have a Price is Right channel set up right next to the director's monitor so I could pop in and catch, see what's up with the Showcase Showdown, that'd be great, but not currently the case for me. My tank is low on Bob Barker at the moment, which is not something I'm happy
That's
about.
all right.
Probably good.
Yeah. You need you know what? When you
Not
take a
good.
break
You
from
need a break.
Barker and you come back, you're like,
Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
yeah.
You're trying to make me feel better about this, and it's just
I'm
not
trying.
the case, but I'll go
I'm
with
doing
you.
my best here.
Yeah.
Beauty. Brandon,
I
thank
get
you,
it.
buddy.
That might be my first tattoo, a Bob Barker tattoo.
No, it will not.
No, it won't.
Just Bob Barker.
Josie
holding a
will
microphone.
not
You're
let you
never
do
getting a
that
tattoo.
long, skinny microphone. Just get the long, skinny microphone on my shoulder.
No way.
What is
Never
that?
Get a tattoo.
Bob Barker.
It's Bob Barker.
Bob Barker's microphone.
I'm going to remember that, though, next time we're drunk and near a tattoo parlor. I'm going to be like, Kevin, remember that Bob Barker tattoo you said you wanted
You're
to get?
right.
Do
Let's
it.
go.
If you get any tattoo, I'll let you pick a tattoo for me, and you can pick anything you want. That's how strongly I believe you will never get a tattoo.
Whoa.
You
Okay.
won't.
Episode 401,
insane.
folks. Remember it.
All right.
Lock it in.
This is gonna
happy
be
to.
fun.
All right.
I'm going
It's
to
never
get
gonna
you
happen.
the biggest back piece that is Nacho Libre. I'm going to spend
Oh,
about
you have to pay for it.
$3,000 on
I
it.
would
No, I'm-
love that. That would be so sick. I want it where he's like doing the eagle off the
Okay.
top rope.
No, it'd be like a whole thing. It'd be like scenes from the movie all over your back with him being the eagle in the middle.
Yes, the stretchy pants,
Stretchy
and then the
pants.
corn. Get that corn out of my face.
Face.
Him blowing
Yeah.
him blowing chips onto a salad.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Send me a piece of that corn.
Really good.
I want all of those.
All right, we're working on it.
Sick.
All right. Brandon, thank you for asking the question and inspiring a future bet that I am sure will go down well. Let's move it on now to Marco DeLeo, who asked the question.
Long time, guys. Okay, right to my question. Do you guys think that we are settling with the wide receiver core we have? Or do you think somehow we get a number one wide receiver? Oh, and what is up with picking up a QB? I'm very confused. What are we cooking here? Okay, love you, bye.
If you smell.
It's not screaming number one wide receiver at the moment. Like we got a one that feels kind of okay, like Mike Will, but injuries have been his problem.
Yeah.
I feel like it's either going to be the draft or I feel like it's probably going to be the draft. They're going to get somebody that's like has a lot of upside. I don't feel like we're going to get like a big number one wide receiver. It's just not one that's in the league. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think the draft is still a possibility. A lot of people mock us to pick up a wide receiver in the first round.
Yeah.
I think if one of those
T-Mac.
guys that's really high up falls to all the way to us, even like Emeka Egbuka, tough name. That'd be tough for us on the podcast. But if he falls, I love that guy out of Ohio State. I thought he's incredible character guy. I think he would be awesome. And then a lot of people have Matthew Golden going to us, like I said earlier. So I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. It's just going to be they've situated themselves to be best available, and I don't think it's settling. I think our wide receiver core is better than it was last year. Already, as we stand right now, it's already better. So they've improved it, but I don't think it's done. I think it's either going to be somebody in the draft, or you just add a depth piece later on in the draft or through free agency.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Keenan Allen's not out of the question yet.
Nope.
And what is up with picking up a QB? I mean, we were pretty confused about that as well.
We're greasing the wheels apparently for Rashawn Slater.
I think play him.
It's the only thing I can justify.
Let's grease the wheels. Let's put him on the team. Let's get him a great preseason, and then let's send him off somewhere else.
Or Taylor Heineke. You get to keep whichever one you like better.
Sure. Yeah. Competitors welcome for sure. So there you go. Marco, thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Zachary Shelton, who asked the question.
What do you guys think is going to happen with Vidal next season? They signed Harris, and they might draft a running back. So is he going to be fighting for a spot?
Well, that's a good question, man. I mean, now that we've got Najee, Haskins is still sitting there, isn't he?
He's kind of been, at this point right now, he's number 2.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to, if we draft a running back, which everyone thinks we will.
Yeah, there's a lot of people protecting a running back. Yeah.
And it's going to be a competition. They run the ball so much, they need 4 running backs on the roster. Like they activated 4 guys pretty much the whole year. Mm-hmm. So, you got to be good as long as he's doing well in special teams, he'll be on the team for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hassan Haskins is on the squad for this year. He's hitting the books at 1.1 million.
There you go.
So there's depth there. Yeah. As far as Kamani Vidal, he's going to have to go take the opportunity and go make something of it. He's definitely still a preseason guy that's going to get a lot of playing time that has to kind of burst. We saw some little flashes that looked good. But I don't think because you have Kamani, you're not going to take a top running back if he's sitting there at 1.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So here until proven otherwise, Zachary, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Tom Lytle, who asked the question.
What do you stellar gentlemen think would happen if I locked these 3, a Siberian Husky, a Badger, and a Panda in room 237 at the Overlook Hotel for 24 hours? When the doors open the next day, would someone yell, "Here's Johnny"? Maybe all of you would come out riding big wheels. Maybe each of you have written a novel. Just remember, all work and no play makes Charger country a dull boy. Please, no baseball bat, no war, just love. Okay, FTR and F Tom Brady. No, I know what it would be. A big bad lion, the king of all podcasts. Great job on number 400, guys. Congratulations. As your Spirit Chargers last week, Mr. Husky, you picked Scott Madlock. Great choice, as you appear to be the 3-way player for Charger Chat, doing it all. I give my wife shit because the first time she saw a picture of Mr. Madlock, the only thing she said was, "Who's that ugly guy?" I'm like, wow, that's pretty mean. So every time he gets the ball, always tell her, "There's your ugly boy." Coach, loved your answer of Khalil Mack. I have not had the pleasure of meeting you yet, sir. Too bad you did not go to Carolina. Cameron Dicker for Kevin. Okay, I'm going to go with that just for one reason and one reason only. When I ran into you in Carolina in that basement, that doesn't sound like it that good, does it? You were so incredibly humble and had that positive vibe. Time to go meet up with Lloyd the bartender. K, love you, bye.
What a great question. Tight end, Shining?
I think not going to Carolina was the biggest mistake of my whole entire life.
Possibly.
You might need to get a DeLorean and fix the problems that you've set in motion.
Yeah.
This
is a Back to the Future 2 situation. You need Biff Tannen.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
Now young Biff is taking over your
I'm on my
timeline.
deathbed. They're like, "Did you have any regrets in life?"
Just one.
Carolina 2024.
That's your rosebud.
Rosebud.
Carolina. Yeah. Hey, I love this, Tom. Anything that involves The Shining.
Yeah, that was sick.
Me and Kevin are locked in, baby. And it's these are all great. Love that. Sad that Matlock gets the ugly guy treatment, but hey, that's why he's my spirit animal. I feel you there.
Ugly guys need love too.
That's
you know
right. I mean? Husky ugly guys need love too. But thank you, Tom, for piping up. We really appreciate it. Let's move it on now, tentatively, to Andrew Ramsey.
Oh, shit.
It's been one whole week since I poked me a Duggan, and already I'm starting to get the itch. Problem is, I got nothing to scratch. God, I'm hungry. Hungry for war. Hungry for Bolt fam blood. Hell, I'm just plain old hungry. You think I owe you an apology, Kyle? Want me to take back some of those mean and hurtful little things I said? Okay, I'm sorry you're just a little turd who lets Ramsey continue to be his kryptonite. Now you drop and give me 5 for talking about me on Patreon. Count him out for him, Bulldog. Let me see that Tootsie Roll. 1, don't you feel dumb? 2, look at you. 3, is Trey Lance the new Stone Smart? I find it hard to believe they bring him in just to be a backup. 4, don't you ever make Patreon videos about me behind my back or else I'll stomp you into the ground. 5, when was the first episode of Ask Boltfam and what were your questions, first voices like, Adam? If you don't accept your peace deal from Instagram, Kyle, me and Sergeant Juice Francis are going to continue storming your beaches like Normandy. We don't do covert operations. We ride straight to the belly of the beast because we are Boltfam patriots. Or, if I have your word, we can coordinate a game this year. The choice is yours, but I'm knocking until the door opens. Okay, love you, bye.
I really like the 1, 2, 3, and then 3 is just this tirade.
Like a
on
question.
Smudge.
Yeah.
Like, that was pretty funny, dude.
You got him in there, Ramsey. That's good.
You got me good on that one, Ram Dog. Ram Jam.
Yeah, he didn't take too kindly to the Patreon vid, our little intro to our first ever.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what I said. It's also not behind your back because I know you're a Patreon subscriber.
Right.
I knew you would see all of it.
He knew it was to your face.
Yeah, it's right. No, careful. Slow down. Slow it down.
I don't think he said anything necessarily bad. It was just funny that we ended the last episode beginningly.
It just followed right over. Just
spilled over. But all right. Well, I don't know which question to address here first. So he reached out to you on Instagram?
Yeah, he did. Okay. I don't know if I need to share the details of the peace treaty.
I mean, he certainly didn't, so that's up to you.
It's not a great way to battle, in your negotiation tactics. Don't reveal the cards.
I'm not revealing any of the cards. So I'm mulling it over and I'll think about it.
All right. He's mulling it over
right now, I think.
Yeah.
I'm mulling it over.
We'll get back to you.
Let him think about it, Ramsey.
Yeah.
Give him a minute.
We'll circle back.
All right. Is Trey Lance the new Stone Smart?
No, I just, one of those guys is going to get traded. I know that's the idea. It's like you bring him in, you let him play in preseason because Justin's not going to, and then you trade one of them. Try to get a pick. Cost you a couple $100,000.
And as far as the very first episode of Ask Boltfam,
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know, but I go as far back as I can remember. If I go back to the very first Ask Boltfam, it might have been episode 80.
Are you on like a database right now?
Well, we have all of these in our notes, and I'm just like scrolling through like my oldest notes that I have here.
No, but I used to send PDFs before I did this.
Oh, did you?
I sure as hell did.
Freaking!
I think this started pretty early. My guess is like episode maybe 25.
I can't imagine our podcast would still be around without Ask Boltfam.
No,
if we didn't get started quick with those.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know the answer, Mr. Ramsey. I'll drop and give you 5, and I'll check back in with you next week. But thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now. I lost my spot. Now I'm all over on my notes. Let's move it on now to BTFU Chargers guy, baby, who asked the question. Oh my, Chargers homie, and oh Kyle, tisk tisk baby, why I oughta. You see me, you see now, Mr. Kyle, I'm allies with Team Andrew, baby, so I'm watching you, Kyle. You hear me, Mr. Kyle? So watch out, pal, because we're coming for you, pal. Baby. But my Chargers homies, back to my 2 questions, baby. Okay, question number 1, why Trey Lance, baby? Question number 2, and I still see you over there, Kyle, my Chargers homies, who's going to be the number 2 quarterback? And oh yeah, one more thing, FTR, the Chiefs, kick the donkeys, suck my butt, baby. K-love you, bye, baby.
I think it's easy. I think Trey Lance has the most upside, for sure, over the 2 of them.
Yeah.
Like Heineke was a starting quarterback. He played for Washington, so
he won some games too.
He did.
He's a dog.
He is decent. He's like a 500 quarterback. Trey Lance hasn't won very many games. You know, he got hurt early on in his tenure at the 49ers, but he's more mobile. So I don't know. This makes it kind of very exciting for the preseason games.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's why I said
preseason. Because we would get our asses kicked whenever Easton Stick was in there. And it didn't. Yeah. And you got to look at it this way. Like the wide receivers are going to bring in, some of these guys they're bringing in are going to have a way better shot at putting good stuff on tape. That's the way I look at this preseason coming up.
Absolutely. Yeah. And honestly, like, I kind of feel like it's going to be Heineke over Trey Lance only because the last time I saw Trey Lance performed was the preseason last year when the Chargers beat the snot out of him. And that was Tony Jefferson's big day was against the Cowboys. And Trey Lance was the quarterback in that situation. So I don't know, but if I had to guess, I'm going to say it's Heineke.
I'll go Trey Lance.
All right. Well, there you go.
I'll go Justin Herbert's QB1.
Well, we all agree into that.
Oh, it's a bold move there, Kyle. I don't know.
Bold move, Cotton. See if it pays off.
My neck on the line with that bold prediction.
All right. Well, BTFU, Chargers guy, baby. I don't know why you're joining the war on this, but Andrew must have recruited you at a shopping mall or something.
Good luck.
Thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Athir Kadir. Kadir, who asked the question. First, I want to start with thank you, Charger Chat, for everything you do for us, baby. And I'm so happy for this upcoming season. Love you and my Bolt fan, baby. Now to the NFC. If you remember last week, I was giving predictions for AFC and NFC. Here's the NFC, baby. Number 1, Eagles, baby, 13-4. Number 2, Packers, 13-4. Number 3, Rams, 12-5. Number 4, NFC South, anyone is trash, LOL, baby. Wild card, Lions 12-5, Niners 11-6, Cowgirls 10-7, baby. My NFC Championship game, Packers at the Eagles. Any suggestions or you don't agree, baby? We start with Coach Kyle and follow by my awesome friend Kevin, and we close with my baby, my love, my heart, my life, Bulldog, baby.
I'm not ready to give up on the Lions just yet. I think they could probably give these Packers a run for their money. And that's the only one that's like glaring to me because I think the Lions still have a shot. I feel
like the Lions lost somebody this offseason.
They lost a lot. They lost coordinators. They lost their D coordinator, their O coordinator. They lost their coaches. So this will, if ankle biter, kneecap eater is a good head coach, we're gonna find out real quick. But they have the talent on that roster. They didn't there wasn't like a mass exodus of players. So
that's right.
Yeah, but he has the Packers going 13-4. I guess the better question is, do you think the Packers will go 13-4? That's quite the season.
It's close. I think the Lions will probably top. I'm sorry, Josie, but I think the Lions are going to top them a little bit. We're talking about a game. There's only 2 I'd flip, and I'd put the Packers as the wild card. That's my thought.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have any big objections to any of these. I think all these are possible. The NFC South, I couldn't care less who wins.
Yeah, clearly he doesn't either.
It's hard to tell because it always comes down to the last game. All 4 teams playing each other. Any of them could win it if they win. There's no way to know. So I think all these could be spot on. The Niners, to me, though, is the team that I don't know if they're any good. Like, in all honesty, I know they were really banged up last year. Without Christian McCaffrey, it's really hard. But they played so poorly last year that you would assume a bounce back's coming. But I'm not sold on the Niners.
Staley's gone, dude. Everything's going to be fine.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're back. They're back.
Yeah. Sorry Sorry,
They may
Saints,
win the
but
division. You're right.
No, they're gonna win. They might win it all.
Yeah,
might win the NFC.
they might win it all.
Take it all, baby.
Yeah,
that would be so crazy. He leaves and they win the Super Bowl.
No, because we're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're winning. They might go to the dance.
Oh,
but
that's
we're
right.
gonna win.
Oh, rematch Chargers Niners Super Bowl, and we win this time.
We
That would
kick
be-
their ass.
That'd be so much fun. So much fun, Athir, buddy. Thank you for asking the question. And we go out of Ask Boltfam with Tony Francis, who asked the question. Listen up, soldiers. It's been another week of boring off-season football. We signed Trey Lance, who the cares, and Andrew attempted to broker a peace deal with Brother Duggan. Peace is a funny thing, soldiers. It's overrated. In a world where competition drives innovation and progress, why should we settle for harmony? It's through conflict that we truly discover our strengths. Wars have built nations and propelled societies forward. Without conflict, we would stagnate, lacking the motivation to strive for greatness. Doesn't Harbaugh always tell us that competitors are welcome? Peace may sound noble, but it often leads to complacency. Look around. Every time we choose to resolve our issues amicably, we miss out on the thrill of confrontation, the rush of victory, and the lessons learned from struggle. So let's embrace our differences. Let's celebrate war. After all, isn't it through our fiercest battles that we find our true selves? Coach, the war lives on. Now on to my questions. Coach, if you had to arm wrestle Trey Lance, Digger the Kicker, or J.K. Scott, who would it be? My next question is directed at you, Kev. Will you prove that you don't hate Loveland by writing a small poem about your deep love and admiration for him? If the Broncos draft him, it's your hate for him now justified. I still can't but wonder if this whole hatred for him is somehow Brandon Staley's fault. My final question is directed to you, Wolldog. Where will you be watching the NFL draft? Are you and Kev planning to do a live stream? As always, the Raiders, burn the kingdom, kick the donkeys, and suck my butt. All right. Some inspiring words from Tony Francis to keep the war going.
I think he wants you to fight on, soldier.
Yeah.
Come on, soldier. Don't give up.
I don't know if.
Did you even know you were fighting?
That's the hard part. This feels very guerrilla warfare. I didn't know that this was going on.
This feels very one-sided.
I don't know. Tony, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to be at war. I know you have this military persona to upkeep, but no, I don't want the war.
The persona to upkeep. All right. Well, I guess the war lives on whether you like it or not. But the question, if you had to arm wrestle Trey Lance, Dicker the Kicker, or J.K. Scott, who would it be?
I mean, if you're just talking, I want to win, I'd probably go Dicker the Kicker. He's tall. He's got long levers. That might be a little bit of an advantage for him.
Long levers. I like that.
Yeah, he's got long levers. And Trey Lance, if it's just like who would be more fun to compete and try to beat, I think Trey Lance. Taking out a quarterback would be kind of cool. Put that on the shelf. But
yeah,
if I just want to win, probably probably Dicker.
That's fair.
And this is no shot at Dicker. You just gave me 3 professional athletes. I got to pick one.
Yeah. Your best shot would be with Dicker.
Yep.
All right. Kev, why do you hate Loveland?
I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
I don't know. He seems to be really deep in poem writing.
I am going straight to my notes to formulate how I feel.
Chat GPT.
I'm not.
There you are.
I'm not. It's Grok through X. Okay?
I'm just working on something that I need to hit send on, and you just hold tight because something's going to happen. Okay, well, you ready?
Yeah, I'm so ready.
All right, here we go. I worked on this while I was listening to your question. In Colston's embrace, where the mountains stand tall, winter whispers secrets, a soft, snowy thrall. Beneath the pale sky, where the chill breaths live, your laughter rings clear, cutting through like a knife. The pathways are winding with each step we take through frosted meadows, our hearts gently wake, your hand in my hand as the cold winds sing. In the heart of Loveland, you are my king.
All right.
Welcome. Thank you.
What? You wrote that all yourself, did you?
Yep. Just came up with it just now.
What is a thrall?
Pretty good. Good question. Felt right when I wrote it.
Just felt right.
I feel like it, I don't know what it means, but it feels
It's
like
just
an
the
embrace.
poetic spirit inside.
The thrall.
Yeah.
The warm, gentle, loving embrace of Colston Loveland.
All right. That's pretty close. Pretty close to the definition. You passed.
Is it?
Barely.
What's
Barely.
the definition?
It was like being in someone's embrace or power or something.
That's what
like
I
that.
just said.
I know.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Because I can write.
You would just want to embrace Colton Loveland, put him in a rear naked choke and tap him out because you hate him.
No, I just want to hold hands.
Yes, you do.
No,
keep it going,
hands.
Tony.
Keep it going,
up.
Tony.
Just hands.
No war, just Kevin's hate for Colton Loveland.
I love him.
You hate him.
Love him.
All right. As far as your question about the draft, sadly, I will not be with Kevin. Kevin's going to be up into air, flying across outside the country.
The Atlantic. I'll probably be over the Atlantic Ocean somewhere when it's happening.
So I don't know if we're doing a live stream. It might just be me. I don't know.
I'd watch that.
We'll see.
Maybe I can get good enough service. I'll pay for the extra service and try and.
Oh, there we go.
FaceTime
We can
you
get
on
airplane Kev.
We'll try. Or maybe just an audio.
Surely there won't be
version.
any lag.
That'll sound terrible. But
Oh, it will. It will be awful, but
we'll try.
It could be fun. And so right now there are no specific plans for the draft from the Charger chat, but if we can pull something together, if we can make something happen, we will definitely let you and everybody else know that are listening. So thank you, Tony, for asking the question. And thank you, everybody, for asking questions and Ask Boltfam. We greatly appreciate it. Apparently the war lives on, and we will see what happens next week. But that's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat. Any final thoughts there, gentlemen?
No.
Okay. And for those that were wondering, yes, Kyle's camera was glitching the entire episode, and now it's frozen. So
now it's
the
frozen.
perfect
Can you
time.
hear me still?
Yes, we can hear you.
Keep talking.
Oh, nice.
You look great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good look. I got it.
It's a great look. So that's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Yeah, love you. Bye.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
When it comes to pork products, you want the best, right? Well, look no further than Randy, Smudge, and Creeeg's pork products, where only the finest cuts make it to your plate. We got bacon that'll make your grandma proud and sausages so good they'll practically high-five you. And who's backing this up? Why, none other than Justin Herbert, of course, quarterback extraordinaire and lover of all things pork. So why settle for less when you can have the best? Grab Randy, Smudge, and Creeeg's pork products. It's Herbert approved and guaranteed to make your taste buds do a victory dance.